we eat away goodwill, but we need goodwill. We need goodwill. Goodwill is very important for somebody to lead properly. It's one thing to win an election, it's another to lead the country successfully. It's very, very important. But before I go on to discuss those issues, allow me to start by talking about issue yama members of parliament. And I'm talking about it because I saw Winter talking about it. But Winter Winter Kavimba is my political father. Winter is my political father. I'm an admirer of Winter. Winter is a great man. Winter is a great man. He's one of those tactical politicians we have. He's a very tactical politician. Nganifidati nganimu bola niwa number 6. Winter ngawaikala pa number 6. Valateaba mdala bacha. The success of Michael Chilufasata, of course, it's owed to him. Vasata, we cannot take away anything from him. The man was a giant politician. He was very skillful. But it had to take the technicality or the strategies of Winter Kavimba for PF to win 2011. Believe me, Winter Kavimba contributed heavily to the success of PF in 2011. He is highly technical, very strategic. Of course, somebody would say, but hey, he's got his party. How is he doing and whatever. That is the dichotomy in politics. The dichotomy in politics sometimes, just like in football. You can be a good player and everything. You could be a good team, but you don't get to win the cup. So, Winter, regardless of him not succeeding so much in leading his political party, but in terms of political techniques, Winter is highly sophisticated in that area. So, Winter Kavimba. And when I saw Winter speaking like that, I said, what is going on with Winter? What is going on with Winter? And this is the question. This question I'm asking to those who are in UPND, who have been managing some of us. Ma politics, ama politics alamdemieva teava na ama politics. Ama politics teava na. You don't take things naively. Read beyond what you are seeing. What Winter Kavimba said there, I was like, what's going on? Bamdala Winter, what's going on? What is really going on, Winter, for you to say what you said there? That interview, Mdala, finish. I wish I were in Zambia. I would have driven wherever you were and had an engagement with you. What is going on? Those of you, Abam UP, and who have been managing us, Ioni technical temu ndebo mfia technical temu. Those of you in UPND who have been managing us, including Winter, what is going on for Winter to come out and talk like that? There is something there. There is something there, somewhere, somehow. Something is not right. I'm sure somebody will say, no, but he just said this. He just said the truth. Hey, my politics. That what I fia. Ndemieva. Hii ni business. Politics ni business. This is our business. This is our business. And when we come to talk, nishna tushofo tulela ndapo, nishna tushoko tulea. Teku wataila fichichu wataili velo anande wasabaila. Nishna ushofo lila ndapo. Na ushofo lila ndapo. Va winter filabala ndile kalaka last interview kalya. There is something there. There is something. There is something. There is something. What's going on? What's going on? Can somebody pay a visit to our winter? Can somebody pay a visit to our winter and hear what's going on? What is going on? Because what our winter said, under normal circumstances, winter can't speak like that. How? No, he can't. He can't. Winter can't speak like that. And it's not just that in this way. He can't speak like that because what winter said was off tangent. It was off tangent. Yes, he was speaking, just like an ordinary person. Like not a politician. He decided to speak like any other person, not as a politician, not as a veteran politician, a tactician. No. He just spoke, he was speaking using ama feelings. Filaba winter valanda nama feelings. Nomba ama feelings vakuita yafuma kuisa chinchalenga ukwati wakwati ama feelings yale. Because my feelings were winter. But winter's argument was that, PF is comfortable right now. Oh, UPND, by the way. That statement. UPND is comfortable right now having members of parliament who have crossed sitting in parliament. It is wrong. Now, UPND at the moment is comfortable having members of parliament who have crossed the floor still sitting in parliament. How? How is UPND coming in, Wawinta? How is UPND coming in? But those are not arguments that I would have with Wawinta, no. How is UPND as a party coming in that they are keeping members of parliament who have crossed the floor? How did UPND come in? Let's start from there. How is UPND coming from there? And why mention UPND in that manner? What is going on? Members of parliament have crossed. How is UPND coming in? That is the first thing. The second point is, Wawinta, he is accusing the speaker, like many of you. You are accusing the speaker that the speaker has not kicked out members of parliament who have crossed the floor. That is what you are saying. You are accusing the speaker. The speaker has not kicked away. You want the speaker to act. But you want the speaker to act. Acting on what? Acting based on what? The speaker must act. The speaker has not acted. Now, I'm asking you, the speaker should act. Act based on what? You want the speaker to declare. You want the speaker to declare those seats of those members of parliament who have gone in public and have said, Ine have defected to UPND. Some of them, they have even put on regalia. Now, Okay, fine, we have seen it. I have seen it. I cannot pretend that I've not seen it. I have seen it. Now, by the fact that I've seen it, by the fact that some members of parliament have gone on the floor of the House and asked, put a point of order that the Speaker should declare those seats vacant, I'm asking you, the Speaker should act based on what? The Speaker should act based on what? The Speaker should act based on what? Oh no, because they went in public, like some of you at public shan, catching public crossing, whatever. Because they went in public, whatever. Is that how it works? Is that how it works? Does the Speaker move out of political rhetorics? Does the Speaker move out of political emotions? Does the Speaker move out of that? Surely, what are you taking? How are you taking the Speaker? That the Speaker will just move. Baumfafyo muntu akorwa amba okusabaira nafireka fishani uko inenachitashani. And you think the Speaker can act on that? You are being emotional. You are being emotional. You are not looking at the Speaker as an institution. You're not looking at the Speaker as an institution. I gave an example that, for example, somebody who works, let's imagine a doctor who works for Ministry of Health, and he goes out with his friends, or wherever they are, a social gathering, and in that social gathering, the guy comes up to say, no, na fireke fya good doctor, doctor. Now I want to become an engineer. I want to become an engineer now. I'm not a doctor. But the following day, this same doctor goes to hospital and is working, is treating people. A doctor comes out in public and says, no, doctor. Then Mairo, watch he goes, I am kuwomba, ale womba no kuwomba. Can you put up a petition to Ministry of Health to say this person said nimfireka? And yet the guy is working. Even if this was even covered, yana viral, whatever, do you think this person will be fired based on what he said out there? And tomorrow is working, is actually going for work. Do you think that person is going to be fired? There is no way. Or any other job, a cheap job, a cheap job, even your maid, I am common mwa komudia. Now frustrated, now fulwa whatever. I never boss one diwali tumpasan. Nefichtofi abonim fireka. Maid, now security guard. But Mairo, actually that punch too. Are you going to fire that work of yours because of what he said in the combo? Are you going to fire him? Or her? Are you going to do that? Based on just what he said out there. Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Why do you want, if you cannot fire your maid because of him saying, if you can't fire your maid like that, how do you expect the Speaker to nullify a seat? To nullify a seat, to declare a seat vacant, which is more difficult. If you can't fire your maid based on what some people have told you to say, your maid, we heard your maid yesterday. Your maid was saying chakuti about you. And he says, if it's Tony Mfireka, but alipanganda alebomba. If you can't fire your maid, how do you expect the Speaker to nullify, to declare those seats? How? Aboba brand at Shanshan, brand mundu with the Lusaka and Teva. you are not normal. Are you normal? So the speaker cannot declare the seat vacant after saying, I have defected. These are emotions. These are emotions that you are using. He can't, she can't, she can't. It's not possible. Based on whatever you are saying, it is not possible. I could even be here. I could be a member of parliament myself right now. And I come here on social media. I'm saying, no, I've crossed. The speaker cannot declare that seat vacant based on what I say here. Nothing. In many ways, some of you are being excited, for example. You're being excited. Hey, Dad, you have divorced. I mean, I can say whatever I want about my wife, about my marriage. I can say it here. But does it mean that then we push I'm asking you, even if I come here, I say whatever I say, or even if my wife say whatever she says, will the judge just say, here it is, you are divorced because we saw you on social media, here is the evidence, you said if you pofiapwa, can that give me a divorce? Can a speaker, because a speaker is at the level of a judge, can any of you to say, no, we hate tayari nangu mamona pano pene nindonsa nasa milanga no kumiranga ati aba no mbaye ba madam ninkwata na gero apa I wish na chikwata gero ngana muita na milanga no kumiranga gero uyu gero apa uyu nomba uyu emkashwandi uyu nomba ndefwayo uyu nomba. Are you telling me, can anyone go to court and petition to say, we heard tayari, saying, if you pona fipwa, nasenda umbitu, wadi mwano mwana kashumbi. Can any court, can any judge with his or her sort give divorce to any of you? Can they? It's not possible. Come on. Get out of your emotions. Get out of your emotions. And be reasonable. Apply reason in what you are saying, in what you are thinking. Don't just jump with emotions. Because level yaba nankani yaba speaker, niba judge. Niba judge. Level yabu padi. Not now major street court. Niba judge. It is a high level. Declaring a seat vacant. It's not a child's play. It is not. It cannot be moved by emotions. A member of parliament can come and say whatever he says, but per social media he can say, as long as that member of parliament goes to parliament and is deliberating, there is no way the speaker can declare that seat vacant. There is no way. There are many instances, there are many examples that I can give you. Some of you are being excited. Hey, Daddy is now supporting Hichilema. Therefore, he should come back. Hey, let's write a petition. You started writing a petition. Hey, let's write a petition. Let's write a petition. Petition. How many were you? I think you reached in thousands. You wrote a petition. In thousands you reached. And you submitted to UNHCR official email. You submitted those. And in your petition, you even attached UNHCR. And of course, UNHCR is very sensitive with these kind of things. So they looked at it. And here I am. I've come here. I've declared, no, I'm supporting Hichilema. Have they deported me? Have they revoked my status? Has anyone in this country paid attention to all that you are putting up? Have they? What I do here, I do it on social media. And it is watched by so many people. Even themselves, they watch. Because they have called me. There are times when I've said something here. And they have called me to say, can you clarify? You said this yesterday. What did you mean? During the issue of Ramadan, if you remember, I was here doing my program and I was drinking tea. I was called the following day to say, hey, Mr. Tayari, be careful because, this country, this is the time of Ramadan. So when you're going live, as much as your audience is in Zambia, but you are here, so be careful. So valatamba. Now, they watch me. Mwabika pona petition. Why didn't they revoke my status? Why didn't they revoke my status? Why didn't they revoke my status? Why? Mwabika pona petition. Why? It doesn't work out like that. It doesn't work out like that. So whatever this this argument that you are bringing up, it doesn't hold water. I know, yes, you are looking at Article 71(1)(h), which is what you are talking about to say. And it says, what you are talking about is that it says, resigns from the party that sponsored him or joins another political party. I know this is the article that you are basing on. When a member of parliament resigns from the party that sponsored him or joins another political party. And I know you want to say no, so they joined and automatically they have crossed. Unfortunately, it is very difficult for you or for the speaker to concretely say this person has joined a political party. A mere political statement is not enough for somebody to be considered completely that he has moved from the party. No. And we have instances. And a good example is, the good example that I would give you is, I'm glad this Xavier Chishimba. Xavier Chishimba came up, and Xavier Chishimba, I think, it's a long time ago. It was directed there, where the speaker, where I don't know if it went to court, but anyway, what was established was that the speaker cannot declare a seat on unverified claims or political rhetorics. Because Baseva Chimba wapangana press conference walanda inana afireka and whatever bali chistrefe Baseva Chimba bali chistrefe Basevia inana afireka whatever. But the speaker did not declare the seat vacant without an official resignation from Basevia Chimba. They needed an official resignation from Basevia Chimba. The speaker did not. Then we had Bachimba Kambwidi. So, in terms of Basevia Chimba had a press conference where he announced that he has resigned. The speaker did not. Because they wanted Basevia Chimba to write a letter, that resignation, to Parliament that he has resigned. Without that, the speaker did not act on whatever press conference that Basevia Chimba had. Then we had the issue of Bachimba Kambwidi. Bachimba Kambwidi formed NDC. He formed NDC and he was calling himself consultant. But he was going to parliament. He was going to parliament as PF member of parliament. And a point of order was raised. And the speaker, Honorable Matibini, declared his Luansha seat vacant. And I remember when he rendered that ruling, he says, by activities and association, Bachimba Kambwidi showed that he had crossed the floor. And clearly saw what Matibini said was true. What Matibini said was true But Shimba Kambwiri association and activities, he was even criticizing government. Even in parliament, he was standing as a member of parliament, but he was hammering PF, which actually made, which prompted the point of order. Because he was sitting as PF, but he was hammering PF in parliament. And people said, come on, this man has crossed already. But what did the court say? The court said, no, the speaker was wrong. That's what the court ruled. They said the court ruled that no, it was wrong. Yes, we have also the issue of GBM. GBM too. He had resigned as a minister. He had made his public statement. He was associating with HH. And the seat was declared vacant. But the court again ruled, said, no. So, in this situation, it is unfair to impute guilt on the speaker, let alone to bring in UPND. No. On this one, and I cannot lecture Bawinta on this. I know I cannot lecture Bawinta on this. Bawinta knows better than me. Bawinta knows better than me. Bawinta is one of those reasonable and logical man. For him to come out the way he did, Padifefirubene somewhere. Ma politics, Padifefirubene somewhere, Padifimo. Not that he was what he was saying, he meant what he was saying. No. There was a carelessness that came out of Bawinta, which is not typical of Bawinta, which could not come from somebody like Bawinta. No. So some of you are even saying, no, we are going to court. All those bills which are being passed will be nullified. You are wasting your time. Those bills which are being passed with those members of parliament sitting in there, they are valid and they will never be nullified. Some of you are even insinuating, hey, people will go to court, people will be jailed. No one will be jailed. No one. Even that case that that some of you have starting, Katushinga Nimunia Zuluria, it is a BID. It is a brought-in dead. And then, apart from that, we can even talk about our point of orders here. You know, our point of orders, I want to parliament, you know, they like to be sensational instead of being factual. They like to be sensational. You know, you stand up, hey, Madam Speaker, hey, some people here have crossed the floor. I mean, what are you talking about? Is that good enough for the speaker to act on? Some people here, you want the speaker now to start guessing who has crossed. And you want the speaker to stand out to be an investigator now, to go in the public and start checking who made which statement. And based on that, you want the speaker to come and render a ruling to say, I've declared these seats vacant. I think you're not being fair. You are not giving this issue a thought. You are being emotive. There is just no way. There is no way the speaker, because when you are rendering, when you are putting up a point of order should be backed by facts. A point of order should be backed by facts. It should be backed by facts, even quoting the standing orders. And when you quote the standing orders, accusing anyone of anything, you should put some substantive evidence backing your accusation. You can't expect the speaker to have a speaker now afimuna. It is an headline. It is headline. That's why you put that in a newspaper which has said Tayari has crossed. You put it on the floor of the house. Ngani video. You put it to say, Madam Speaker, in my hands is a video that I got from whatever source, and I'm laying it on the table to back up my point that so and so crossed the floor. That is how you raise a point of order. You don't just stand up and start, shooting, in the dark. Hey, some people here, they have crossed. You can say whatever it is. Our members of parliament, most of the times you are accusing the speaker of being biased. It is also the way you bring out points. Babinwe ompundu bamina mwananga balesa babika mune chibemba babika muno no musalura vamona kwati nichivasitasa na debate awe. That is not the way you're supposed to debate in parliament. When you are debating, I mean, do a research, have some evidence, not just talk from speculations. Watole finti pa social media watola munankane mu parliament. Pa social media watola vinti pa social media pantu tayari na alanda. You go in parliament 1 minute na wambo kula what time. Paras bakuta suspend at the speaker is biased. So I think you need to elevate your thinking when it comes to institutions. Institutions don't just act on mere statements in public. No, they go beyond. Kunchito Muwomba, most of you who are watching Mulawomba, they cannot just act when somebody goes and say, hey, walandwe fyakuti na fyakuti. Even if you are boss, mwakumana na wabosi outside your working environment, mwakumana na wabosi, why sabe wabosi, aimo wabosi, nimfileka inefi stop yenu. Nimfileka, I found another job. Your boss, wakumana na wabosi wobe, outside your working environment, wakumana, why sabe aimo wabosi, nimfileka. Nisanga kumbi nchitoko, tutuma chito tuentua chave, nisange nchito ya rondoroka. Your boss cannot go the following day and draft a letter to fire you. No, they cannot. They cannot. Because even in that instance, the only thing that they can do, they can charge you and they will give you time to exculpate yourself. Even a member of parliament, if you bring evidence before the speaker, the only thing that the speaker can do is to verify with the person. So, move away from this kind of thinking where you are thinking that, no, the speaker would declare seats vacant based on, whatever political rhetorics. No, the speaker cannot. And the court has guided, not once, not twice. I think there are a number of times when the court has guided that the speaker cannot just declare a seat vacant on unverified or without evidence, solid evidence. The speaker cannot. So far, even as we are talking, there is no evidence before the speaker. I've seen the point of orders which those people have raised twice. Nobody even presented evidence before the speaker. It is not a job of the speaker to go and start investigating and then come and render a judgment. No, it doesn't work out like that. So, move on with the issue of the speaker and let us not accuse the speaker unnecessarily. Having said that, let me move on to this issue here of nominations. Issue of nominations and ECZ. First of all, I want to clearly say that the rules have not changed in as far as ECZ is concerned. And the nominations, the rules have not changed. The rules are the same. The rules are the same. But it's like people are trying to come to paint a picture that the ECZ of Mwangala Zalomesi has brought in new laws. If this is what you are trying to do. I know the issue is that a number of our opposition, and those of you who are supporting our opposition, you want to dent ECZ. You have been trying for a long time to dent the image of ECZ. You want ECZ to be cast in disrepute so that you can come and start complaining after my elections. After my elections, you want to come up and start saying, oh, hey, ECZ, ECZ. It started with, voter registration. When ECZ was doing voter registration, ongoing voter registration, continuous voter registration, you accused ECZ. No, ECZ is registering voters in UPND strongholds. When the process came out, you found out that actually there were more people that had registered at Tasila. The issue of Tasila, these people who crossed the floor, that situation is very different. And I think Collins Mwape, Chitenko, Tonton Kanyeniko wino. Tonton Kanyeniko wino. Issue ya people who have crossed the floor and Tasila nafpusana. The speaker on Tasila gave an ultimatum. The speaker, Tasila was not attending parliament. Tasila was not attending parliament. And the speaker ruled to say, look, she's not coming. People are not being represented. Are not being represented. When is she coming? And the speaker gave her time in which to come. That time came, it passed, and they even extended for a long time. The speaker did not declare the seat. Tasila was not attending parliament. These members of parliament who you are saying they have crossed the floor, these members of parliament, they said whatever they said, they did whatever they did, but the following day, they went and sat in parliament in their positions, and they have been attending. So, Tasila. I was talking about ECZ. So there is this ploy to dent ECZ image, so that elections, after my elections, after I kind Hichilema win, they will be accusing ECZ. On continuous voter registration, you accused ECZ, and it turned out differently when the Ntwankane came out. Then there was also another issue, the issue of delimitation. The issue of delimitation. You accused ECZ of so many things. Hey, what? When delimitation came out, all of you fell flat. Because you were happy. It was fair with the way they did it. Then, even on these political parties and whatever, ECZ is whatever. ECZ, when they called the stakeholder meeting, they called everyone. In the previous ECZ, I remember some political parties that were embroidered in disputes. They were not being called. I remember MMD, for example. MMD was not being called. MMD of Nevas Mumba. Remember, there were two MMD. There was MMD of Felix Mutati and MMD of Nevas Mumba. During that time, I remember very well that ECZ was dealing with the MMD of Felix Mutati. MMD of Nevas Mumba was forcing its way into the meetings. They were forcing their way into the meetings. And oftentimes they were being left out. But when it comes to this ECZ, they do not segregate. They call all of them. That's how you saw, Savoy is standing up this side, declaring, introducing herself as president of NDC, and another guy coming up, introducing himself as president. Because according to ECZ, they just called everybody. So ECZ really, much as you want to attack them, you want to shed mud on them, they have really lived beyond their expectations as an independent body. They have really shown that. And there is nothing that we are supposed to say on Mwangala Zalome's laid Electoral Commission. There is nothing but, giving them credit. They have done very well, and they're doing very well. Even up to this point, they're doing very well. They're doing very well. Look, I'm 100 pin. They said, everyone, just go and pay and write to us. Give us the intention. And today we are looking at a list of 26 candidates. And ECZ has given each of them days when they should go for pre-processing. ECZ has not done anything, to stop anyone. So why is it that some of you propaganda media of some of these political parties or of the opposition, why is it that you are so hell-bent to dent ECZ, to create doubt in the minds of the people? Why are you doing that? ECZ have really, they are beyond reproach on this matter. They have done so well, but you are so determined. You want to, create doubt, compromise ECZ. Why? It is unfair. It is unfair. So far, you can't accuse ECZ of anything. So this issue of trying to say ECZ has come up with the rules. ECZ has said, no, ECZ they have not come up with any rules in as far as this is concerned. Them, what they have asked in terms of nomination, they are saying, if you are not the substantive, okay, any candidate who is being sponsored by a political party, what they have asked, it's again nothing new. They are simply saying the person that should sign that letter, it should be the president who is in the records of registrar of societies. This is the person that should sign, and which is just right. Otherwise, anyone can masquerade to be a president of a political party and sign an adoption certificate. It is only right that people who are known by the registrar of societies are the ones signing the adoption certificates. There is nothing new there. There is nothing new. Then they are saying, if you are not a substantive, candidate coming from a political party who is on PACRA or whatever, who is on registrar of societies documentation, let's have a letter that you are the ones that have been sponsored. Let's have a letter signed by the president and the secretary general. There is nothing new there. There is nothing new. And yet, we saw some headlines. Hey, ECZ, hey, Katsi, hey, presidents who are not on whatever. Fiabufi. Fiabufi. And now, there is now this issue of Utuma courting documents. And here I want to be straight. Because I've seen that these agitations of court litigations against the certain candidates, they are on Brian Mundubire and Makebi Zulu. Now, I know when I talk about Brian Mundubire, people want to doubt me. No, you don't support Hakainde Hichilema. You indirectly support Brian Mundubire. I don't have to. I'm not the type. If I'm supporting Brian Mundubire, I'm not that kind of person. I'm not a tankard. I'm not a duplicit. I'm not a duplicit. I will tell you. I've got no reason. If I'm supporting Brian Mundubire, when I support somebody, I want to succeed. I'm supporting Hakainde Hichilema. I want Hakainde Hichilema to succeed. If I'm supporting Brian Mundubire, I would have come out, I'm supporting Brian Mundubire. And I would have fought very hard for Brian Mundubire to do well. I would have fought very hard. There is no way. But for Brian Mundubire, when I'm talking about Brian Mundubire, Brian Mundubire should be on the ballot. It is not for Brian Mundubire It is not for Brian Mundubire. It is for the good of our democracy. It is for the good of our democracy. How we are going to be perceived as a country. Because so far, balaba chitire register 20 stakuti. Aba chitire register. Ngamu alolesha. Tapali abantu bene pali. Tapali. We don't have presidential candidates there. We don't. I can beat them, all of them. Ama votes venga kwata 26. Na inenga na iminina. Those people. Balia bonse balabe minino kufunya kwa kainde Hichilema. Bala bonse be minine badia. If I were to put them together, all of them together, they stood against me. They combined nangwabe ne balanda panankane achani opposition unity. They can stand, all of them. All those to my small political party, to my president, tonse to the tuna achani rituals shamunene, Trevo Shanyuko, Kenny Tonga, Shani, tonse to my shinatudia. Kutimwa tuika pamo, minina na ine. They can stood against me. All those, I can beat them. I can beat them myself. 9 minina na woso, 9 minina, but I want 26. They unite. 9 minina. I don't even have to be in the country. I don't even have to be in the country. I can even be here. So, kunaku inendi. If there was a way that I can be on a ballot, I am on the ballot. Ishini na Muzambia. And once ever, utumashina tonze tudia shani, ba Fred Membe, ba Kalaba, once ever, tonze tumashina kutuvika pamo. Vaimina na ine. I can beat them big time. Kuti navala sa uku tarife tiba bapala mekono kuparamako. So tapani wa politician pali tapali wa politician aba kutinyo muntu tapali. So ama elections, they will be boring. They will be boring. Nearly being seen like, you know, I mean, there is no opposition. There is really no opposition. Once ever, ukuwa wika pamo once ever Fred Membe. Fred Membe. Yeah. Yeah. But TikTok yali mpata fe TikTok. Chupo. So, tapali amashina pali. Abale monika kofi, abale umfika kwa monika kofi, abale monika kwa chioke na wo, abana bo bantu, niba mundu vile wena. Echo tule balandira po. Abale monika kofi, abale monika kwa chioke na wo bantu, na wakwata kone fitenge, na fitenge katushinga ba printe, if it 50 chapwa. Because, ero ba printe over, panko ngore, tabala lipia no kulipira. Yeah? No, tutenge no tuma t-shirt. Tapali. But eva le monika kofi kwati. Eva li kofi atiyo, at least aba. Chapwa, ni ba mundu bile chapwa. Aba shala batapali ofobali. So, if we are going to bar using whatever mingalato, and we bar mundu bile, it will dent the victory. They already won. Victory of Hakainde Hichilema. It will dent that. We have already won this election. Let us not dent it with a spot of dictatorship on Hakainde Hichilema. Let Hakainde Hichilema win this election clean. There is no way Brian Mundubire can win. There is no way. But once mwaleta pwe mingalato, Brian Mundubire, mwamufumiapo, Brian Mundubire, you will be building the political career. You will be giving credence to a political relevance to Brian Mundubire. Brian Munduvire will be seen, will live walking around to say, Argentina. National Foreign of Parade of Phoenix. But then that HH should be ready to hand over power to me. But deep down, Munduvire knows he can't win. Even Munduvire himself knows. He knows he can't win. He can't even campaign. Munduvire can't even campaign. In them ever saw. Munduvire can't campaign. He can't campaign. He doesn't have the resources. He doesn't have the techno-how. He doesn't have. Tamuri ba think tank, tamuri ba think tank. Muri ba tonse, tamuri ba think tank. The way they are doing things, even here, I've actually helped them a lot. They may not admit, but I have helped them a lot. I told them, delink yourself from this PF nonsense. Stop wasting time. And of course, Vale Shima. And finally they came out. And I'm sure now they are thanking me. Because if they had stayed in that nonsense, I mean, they would have been stuck. Like the way Mao Sampai is stuck. They would have been stuck. But they moved away. At least now, Vale Monica ko formidable. But they don't have political engineers. They are not political engineers. So even some of these things, it is lack of that ingenuity. That ingenuity, you are lacking it. Even Hichilema Mingalato, as much as I'm saying, Brian Munduvire should be on the ballot, whatever Mingalato. Frankly speaking, if Brian Munduvire would not be on the ballot, it will not be entirely up to whoever is doing in Mingalato. It will also be because of him. I want to switch on the aircon. Maripona. Where's the speaker? Let me even get the speaker because I'll start taking calls. Let me take the speaker. I can also refill my milkshake. My goodness. Sorry, I want to refill and get the speaker so that I can open phone lines. Where's the speaker? Where is the speaker? Where is the speaker? Ash! Where is the speaker? Yeah. When these ladies come to clean also, they create order which inconveniences me. Where is the speaker? Where are the speakers? where is the speaker? Where is the speaker? Where is the speaker? Sorry, I'm looking for the speaker. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. I was looking for the speaker so that I can open phone lines. So, frankly speaking, as much as yes, I do recognize that Imingala Tweshi, it's there, but I would also not excuse Brad Munduwile and his team. But of course, I cannot come here and continue, advising them. Kwat valandisham. So I cannot continue advising them kwat valandisham or tamandisham. But clearly, they are lacking technically. How they are lacking technically? They are lacking on many fronts. They don't have money. They are lacking technicality in terms of strategies. They are also not very good in hooling people that can turn their fortune, their political fortune. Because yes, you can inhibit something in you, but you need people to transform that. You need people to transform that and make you the guy. Make you the guy. So far, Munduwile doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. I even said it. That one Munduwile, maybe an example of it. But like uliomwa kwa tare moneka wina chao yukutafia lo. Yukutafia. But no mbaka ilitie nkalifiale. Bafi no kufiala. Munduwile. Ba Munduwile. Yes, bala moneka wino. Na ngunga valelanda ni ma politician ya. Ale ni no mbaka ili. Stenifia u politician. He lacks. So there is no way Munduwile can win. There is no way Munduwile can win. So those of you, because if individuals think about politics, fyaba kwati ni mulibu kabwalala. Bakabwalala balishibana. Ngama mfatu kuna beba. Bakabwalala bene baleshiba. Ukweba obviously kuli abalisheka patani wakuti. Baleshiba. So it's the same thing in our politics. Ngakulifire chitika pabe fya chitika tuleshiba. Tuleshiba nga paba kamoka gimmick ka chitika kwa walonesha nani chaire. It would not take me 2 to 3 phone calls to find out who is behind and what is behind. So some of these things, when they are happening, we know as politicians, as for politics, tuleshiba, who is doing it. So even this issue, I know who is doing what. And I am appealing to those of you who are doing whatever you are doing, that what you are doing, it is not helping President Hakainde Hichilema. It is not. It is not helping UPND. It is not. If anything, you are taking away the goodwill from President Hakainde Hichilema. President Hakainde Hichilema has already won this election. Don't dent his victory with some spots of dictatorship, which people will be talking about after AMA elections. Remember, the political circle doesn't end with the declaration of the winner. No, it continues. Even after my elections, we'll be doing politics. There will be politics. But the politics that will come post-elections are dependent on how you play the politics now. So when you are planning as a good strategist, as a good political advisor, you should not just be myopic. You should not just be myopic. You should not just engage mingalato everywhere. You should look at, okay, ngatwateyo mungalato. How will this help us post the elections? Post the elections, there is a lot that has to be done. There is a lot. UPND, we will have a lot of work to do after my elections. There is a lot that needs to be done after my elections. I can anticipate it. And if I were on the opposition, if I were to plan, I can plan. If I were to plan as an opposition, UPND would be in trouble. UPND would be in trouble. Soon after my elections, soon after my elections, if the political strategies are right on the opposition, UPND will be dancing around. And UPND will be dancing around if the political strategies and the whatever planning is there. UPND would be in trouble. So let us avoid those anticipated issues by giving President Hakainde Hichilema a clean win. Let Hakainde Hichilema be untainted. Let Hakainde Hichilema be a man to speak about, a man to be admired internationally. We want goodwill locally and internationally. And what will give Hakainde Hichilema a good image internationally is how he's going to gain his victory. But if Hakainde Hichilema is going to win an election with some of these people bad, that is what will become big. Hakainde Hichilema will be going in certain countries and journalists will be asking him to say, but how come you blocked some of the opposition? Reports will be written and they will be quoting some of these political entities. They will be quoting them to say this one was bad, Mundubile was bad. We don't need that. We don't need that. We are capacitating them. Why do we want to capacitate the opposition? Why? Why do you want to capacitate the opposition when really they are non-existent? They have no value. Why do we want to inject value in them? Why? This one, it is especially on Mundubile, and I'm emphasizing it is not that because Mundubile is a friend. No. I am looking at post-elections. I'm looking at giving Hakainde Hichilema a good win, a clean win. On Malukula, I've said it here that Malukula, it would be good to buy him. And I've not said that because Malukula, I don't want to pretend that no, because Malukula has done something wrong. No. Whatever he has been doing, those are political Machiavellis that he has been doing. Those are his political Machiavellis that he has been doing. But politically, I've been saying, let us buy him. And why am I saying that? Because of what he has been doing. Because of how he has operated Pachiro Chava Lungu. That is why. So because of that, let us blame Lingarato to buy him so that he does not benefit out of his nonsense. It is not that Makev Bizulu has got any political cloth. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. But because Ali Tumpa, what he has embarrassed our country. He has embarrassed our country. 1 year, almost we're getting to 1 year. We have not buried Edgar Chagolungu because of Makebi Zulu. So for that, we discipline him by not putting him on the ballot. That is what I've said. And I'm saying it in plain to say, Tapari of Warufianya, legally, from a legal point of view. But from a political point of view, Uyumuntuari Tumpa. Let's remove him. But for Brian Mundubide, Finsha Rufianya, Brian Mundubide is innocent and will be feasting on that innocence. He will be a victim. Ngawaipa kabwalala. Abantu balatemwa twachita wino wachipa ni chika bwalala. Ngawaipa kabwalala. Abantu balatemwa twachita wino wachipa ni chika bwalala. That is analogically speaking relating to Makebi Zulu. Makebi Zulu is a thief. Makebi Zulu is like a murderer. He is like a murderer. And as a murderer, when you kill a murderer, you frustrate a murderer, people are happy. So Makebi Zulu is a bad guy. He's a bad guy, and therefore as a bad guy, it is okay for us to do whatever it is. It is okay. Actually, is a nobody. Politically, is nobody. But because of the his stupidity, let us not allow him to be on the ballot. But for Mundubile, is innocent. He will be crying. Mundubile will be a victim. Mundubile will be a victim. I am simply speaking out of patriotism. But I know many times some of those who don't like me, both inside and outside UPND, you will be saying, you see Tayari, he's playing, he's being clever, he supports whatever. He doesn't support Hakainde Hichilema. I don't need to hide if I'm supporting Brian Mundubile. I'm simply telling you the truth. But most of the times when I say the truth, people become cheap. They go for what is easy. They did the same when the PF Valerusa. I told them, PF Muelusa my elections. They got me, they arrested me. Hey, you see, Tayari, he has been given 2 million by Hakainde Hichilema. You see? Even on that treason thing in 2017, I told the PF, you cannot charge HH. Hey, they got me and whatever. But I know, by UPND, some of you, no, it's not whatever. Even that the victim of Videde. Upon them, you have a fishing kefi. Hakainde Hichilema has already won this election. If he has already won this election, why do you want to bring in? If you have Lokulondoloka, why? Why do you want to make Brian Mundubile a hero? Allow Brian Mundubile. Mundubile will not get votes. Yatinyo muntu, yatutinye awe. Tapali, I don't even understand you. I don't even understand you. He doesn't have the capacity. He doesn't. If anything, ballot. I'm telling you, when you be sleeping, he will be thanking God. Because aparimu pressure. Brian Mundubile is under pressure. He is under pressure. Talelala. Because he has got people knocking on his gate. Hey, president. Meanwhile, I'm telling you, that is very frustrating. That's why some of us, we don't have people. You people is like to say, hey, Tayari, one-man party. Hey, Nashara Neka party. Having people following you, mupati you need pressure. Need pressure because people expect to eat from you. Now me, as Tayari, I am scared to have 3, 4, 5 people. I don't want to have them. Imagine Brian Mundubile. Abantu kwisa kulwa pula kwisa bale tumama phone. Hey, kuloba president alimu pressure muimufumia mu pressure muimupokolo lako alimu pressure he is under pressure. Brian Mundubile, so ngama mufumyako akaya lala, you be thanking God. Don't release him. Lekeni rupara rukulireko mulekeni muleke na 100 pin pakati baisange yayikakana baisanga 100 pin vaya print show tutenge vaprint shama t-shirts shana nokulipira tavalalipira ero tutenge vapangishe notuma t-shirt katushinga turi 50 vafiro kulipira what about if iri 100 kuti vafikwanisha tapanyoko vakaya ndemyevechinga brand he can't even hire 10 vehicles. He can't even hire 10 vehicles. Washmwala lekeni avepo akairushire lekeni airushire fie not kumuvumia hapo mulekeni fie mulekeni you're wasting money on brand munduviri awe mulekeni pandunga mwamuchitenga mwamufumi hapo akatampokula yumfo akainde ichire mali ntina and you'll be a victim. People will be looking at him to say, vamuchinga. Mulekeni. Kuti mwambo kutumama phone nombo. You can call in on the issue. We are talking about the issue of a speaker. We're talking about the issue of, I am a nomination. Padifi ya kulanda, padifi mulefo komenta po, kutimwa komenta, padi wa speaker pena awe, mwibabe pesha waka ili wa speaker cannot just declare those seats vacant. They can't. She can't. It is unfair. ECZ has not come up with new rules. The laws are the same. They are the same. Of course, in the instances where there are disputes, Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Tariq. Yeah, my point is on this issue where the people are saying that the issues that want to bar certain political parties or certain individuals because of they don't have political parties. I think that is wrong. That is the interpretation of what the ECZ wrote. For me, I think we need to applaud the ECZ for doing what they have done. It's like they are strengthening the democracy.
They have, yes.
What it means is this. You remember that so if you as the Economic and Equity Party present your papers to ECZ, and me as who is not Economic and Equity Party also present the same papers on as Equity Party to ECZ, it simply means that you and I will not be accepted. It simply means again, meaning I've differentiated you as Tayari to be on the ballot papers. So now to avoid that, which is what has done to avoid that, the real owner of that political party should adopt umuntu walefuaya, not that that person should be the president or the general secretary of that political party. No, whoever that they want must be adopted by the real people of that particular political party. That's what they are trying to say. That's so. To prevent the way of where maybe 2 or 3 people go to ECZ and then present themselves, and then 3 of them are disqualified. Meanwhile, there are even genuine people who are supposed to contest that particular election. Me,
so
yes,
there is nothing. Because there is nothing complicated. It is straightforward. It is very straightforward. They are simply saying who is on a registrar of society, and this is a new. This is not a new law. This is just what it is.
No.
So thank you very much. Thank you.
But thank you so much. So much.
Yeah. So it is straightforward. There is nothing new. And please don't listen to those people who are trying to create an impression like ECZ is coming up with new laws. No. ECZ is trying to be fair. ECZ is encouraging democracy. They have not stopped anyone from contesting. Anyone can contest. They called everyone. That's why you saw everyone there, because they called everyone. And they should be commended for that. They should be commended. Mm. Yes, Dennis Chuma. Mm. I'm waiting for prayer. No. There is no pressures today. There is no pressures today. I blocked pressures. Come on, I mean, there is a limit also. Yeah, when you can go on with some of these things. There is just no way. Every day I to my HH, everything is HH. Everything HH, everything HH. Ah, way. She's obsessed, that woman. She's obsessed. So no, come on. I cannot be encouraging that. I blocked her because I think it got out of hand. Aha. You know, you can bring your opinion, you can say whatever, but you cannot every day. Never HH talimo kumulete HH. You wanna catch my Anyway, I think we have understood each other for today. We will leave it here for tonight. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you for your participation. Today is Friday. We'll be talking again on Sunday. Bye for now. Good night.